So what's this?
It's a promise ring.
Payback.
This is definitely not how a proposal goes the last time I checked.
Ooh. Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Button 91. Listen, we're going to be here for maybe like what? 10-15 minutes, a quick live. I'm going to do an actual bigger live a little bit later on. Now, let me just say this first and foremost. Nkateko. Whoa. I mean, listen, you planned that one. You planned that one beautifully. Nkateko, you planned that one beautifully. You got your own back. I see it, bro. I see the own back that you were getting. Now, I think he's a very indecisive. I think he's somebody who does like Khanya, loves her. I think he does really appreciate her. I think, he really wants her, right? Because what I saw in the last few episodes was madness to me. Okay, right? What I saw in the last few episodes was crazy to me. Because for me personally, how do we get to a point where Nkateko, in that situation, bro, not only did you get back of her, but she actually poured wine over your head top. No, can we deep this? This woman poured wine on your head when you came back. This woman abused you. Okay, so no, it wasn't enough for her to embarrass you, cuss you out, She actually poured wine on your head top and thought this was a responsible thing to do. Because you were lying in the bed. And she grabbed you and put her hands and grabbed your t-shirt, touched your chest and tried to throw you outside the bed. And you want to get back with her. Do you like your life? No, sir. Do you like your life? And this is why I'm saying that at this point in time, listen, but I say this for both men and women. When you're in these situations, right, there is a responsibility on your behalf too, right? Because if you don't get out, if you don't have the determination that this is going to be the last time I'm going to deal with this, you'll keep dealing with it, right? So I believe he's toxic too, but I believe that if we're going to say that we have to be fair, that when women are in that same situation, there is a responsibility on your behalf that you have to get out of the situation because it's escalating, right? It is escalating because it's gone from the verbal and it's become physical. It's madness, right? This woman grabbed you. Listen, look at this. I was shook earth. Not only did she grab me, she poured wine on the. Hey.
Khanya, stop being a bully.
Get off this fucking bed!
Khanya, stop hitting me. Just relax.
Get off this bed!
I wasn't disappointed. Khanya literally did do what I was expecting.
Let me tell you this now. I can't lie to you. If my woman grabbed me like that, the way I would have removed her hands from me and told her, listen, the moment you do that again, it will be the last time you do that. I don't need to do anything to you, but you have to hear the threat in my tone. Because what is that? You don't fear me. You don't respect me. Because for you to put your hand and take my t-shirt, man them haven't even done that. You, my partner, who I love and care about and treasure, you have taken your hand, grabbed my t-shirt. Look, I mean, to say the least, there's a level of madness. There is a level of madness. Okay? All right? Here we go. Look at it.
And then you want to be marriage material.
For who? For you? I'm not marriage
For any
material.
other
For
man,
boys!
see this
For men, not for boys!
It really isn't the type of woman I know I'd want to marry.
Now, I've got to do a few more videos for Nkateko because there's a couple things I didn't like of what he did. Okay? Now, he's been abused in this relationship. It's an abusive relationship. Right? It's an abusive relationship. Simple as. Now, this is why he's not marrying her. And I'm going to make it general, then I'm going to make it specific to them, right? When a man sees a woman, he knows that he wants to marry her. The only reason why a man will hesitate to marry you is because he sees issues within you. And sometimes he'll hesitate because of finances, right? He wants to be in a better financial position, right? But more time, it's because they see something in you. You have behaviors they don't like. And the reality of the situation is that either they've told you or whispered it and you haven't taken it seriously, or you are very much aware, but because you see that the person's not going anywhere, you continue. Right? So the reality of the situation is, he sees issues with her, the toxicity, the rudeness, the meanness, the ugliness, right? And what he's doing is he's in a constant state of trying to prove himself to his abuser that he's worthy of her and being loved by her, which tells me that there's probably a pattern of behavior that somewhere down your childhood line, you've seen this before. Because the level of abuse that she's inflicting on you, it's not normal, right? It's not like a little, she's rude with her mouth. She actually grabbed you this time, poured a wine on you, cussed you out. The other episode, she threw you out the house when you came to say anything to her with her and Isaac there. Right? This is not new behavior. You know her behavior inside out. Yet you're trying to prove yourself by loving her out of her toxicity. You are trying to be the impossible that I am in the possible. But there's only one I am, and it's Jesus. There's only one I am, it's the Father. There's only one I am, it's the Holy Spirit. So the I am in the possible is not you, it's God. So you're playing God's role. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, you trying to love her out of the toxicity. And so in that place, yes, you become a savior, right? And so unfortunately, it's leading to abuse. So he has to take responsibility. And there are women who do the exact same thing. We got to say the same thing for them as well. That people try to love these people out of their toxicity. But why did he not want to choose her to marry her? Because he knew in the back, deep down in his heart, he knows that the reality of the situation is this is not what he wants. This is not what he really wants. He is not convinced by you. This is the same thing with Isaac. And listen, Isaac's got some smoke coming. I got some videos for him too. Okay? Isaac's got some smoke coming his way too. Because these man them, and I think, to be honest, the whole cast, most of them, apart from Courtney and Aiden, a bunch of hypocrites. And maybe Lebo, bunch of hypocrites. Okay, a bunch of hypocrites as well in a situation, because people were doing stuff, and then I don't know if Nkateko knows about the fact that he was. I think they did speak about it. Isaac obviously was naked with Khanya, but he wasn't just naked. No, bro. He was lipsing your girl, grabbing her ass. He was all over it. At one point, I had to ask myself a question. I said to myself, is Khanya and Isaac gaslighting me? Because did I not see what I saw in episode 3? Did I not see these two all over each other in episode 3? So I asked this question, right? What one? Because they weren't just naked. Hold on. No, let me get a clip. Because I had to watch it again. Like, I thought I was bugging. I watched, I said, nah, I'm bugging. I didn't see that, what I saw. I didn't see them lip-sync. It must have been my imagination. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah?
Experience fully, and whatever the outcome, I'll say that, I had the best time.
Yeah. I saw what I saw. No, I saw what I saw. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, but at that point, when that's also happening, we didn't really get to hear the conversation between Nkateko and Khanya about that behavior. We didn't get to hear about it, right? But she was out here smoking everybody else about their own behavior, right? Now, Nkateko, in the deep heart of his crevice, knows he doesn't want to marry her because he's seen the problems with her. But the reality of the situation is he's not strong enough to leave the relationship himself, because his level is actually her level.
Check.
Yeah? The reason why you don't want to leave that relationship, the reason why he's still there, even though he doesn't want to marry her right now, is because his level is her level. And so until you're ready to expand your mind and you're willing to let go of the toxicity and willingly let go of the validation that you receive from trying to love a toxic person, you are not going to leave that relationship. You know you don't want to marry her, because you're afraid that if you marry her, you're stuck in that place. Right? You know you're stuck in that place. Yes, he did try to get her to leave. By doing a promise ring, he did try to get her to leave. Right? But the reality of the situation is, because he's not strong enough to say, actually, this is not for me anymore. I need to be out. This doesn't resonate with me. This doesn't work with me. This isn't speaking to me. This isn't fulfilling me. This isn't, bringing what I need. Instead of doing that, no, we're in a position where actually we're gonna try to buy a promise ring, and let's promise to each other that we're gonna do the work. If they were gonna do the work, they would have done the work already. If they were going to do the work, they would have done the work already. You buying a promise ring, what for? What for?
A promise that we will stay together and get to the place where we can get married, even this year.
I didn't bring you here for a promise ring.
I hear you.
My brother said, listen, promise ring, promise ring, etc., right? Now, I'm gonna give him some grace because he has been abused. Like I'm gonna give him some grace. He has been abused, but I need him to get his stuff together. All right? No, I'm gonna give him some grace because he's been abused, but he needs to get his stuff together. Okay, all right. I need to get his stuff together. And instead of trying to force her to leave yourself, bro, because this is gonna end badly. Like, of course, most times you don't see men die at the hands of a woman abusively, right? But if she forces you to a place where you do something to her, you lose. You actually can't afford to be in this place. As a man, you can't afford for her to put hands on you, because if you do retaliate, something could happen to you. You could end up hurting her really bad, all manner of things. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. So until he realizes that his level is above this level, until he actually grows and says to himself, actually, I need to expand my mind, and which he had an opportunity to, because the opportunity was with Sizikile. With Sizikile, he had a chance to be able to expand his mind and realize, actually, there's something more out there for me. I don't need to be abused. I can be loved. I can be cared for. I can put into somebody. I can be replenished. But his mind went back to where his mind actually is, because he hadn't yet expanded his mindset yet. I mean, listen, my constant prayer for the last 4 or 5 months, the last 3 or 4 months, has been this prayer: God, expand my mind. Because the things I need to do, my mind needs to be expanded to do it. Father, expand my mind to receive the knowledge and the understanding that you want to give me so I can have wisdom. Father, expand my mind. Okay? Expand my mind. All right? Expand my mind. That's where I want to be. Expand my mind. And that's all I want to be in that place, man. So, yeah, it is unfortunate that this is happening with their situation. But again, this ain't it, right? So look at this again.
I'm telling you, this is what I'm ready for.
This is not good enough. It's not what I asked for. It's not what I wanted.
And you're not willing to make things work.
I don't want this thing. Can take it off.
Are you sure?
My guy said, are you sure? Listen, Nkateko. Okay? Nkateko. Okay? Nkateko, what we need you to do is, when she said she's sure, you take that ring back and you walk away. Take that ring and walk away. But you trying to lowball her with the promise ring, and I'm not going to say lowball in a bad way, but I feel like Nkateko is he's trying everything to try and make this work. He is overcompensating. Many of you overcompensate in relationships to make it work. I've been there. I know. I'm not even going to try it like I'm above you. I'm not. For a long while, years, decade maybe, decades, a decade to be in a place where where you're constantly belittling your needs and your wants and your desires. We spoke about this, the self-abandonment that he's doing right now. He's abandoning himself in a space so that what will happen is his desires become secondary. Right? It's not first. And so he's consistently in a place of serving. Yeah? He's consistently in a place of serving. He's consistently in a place where he is trying to make it work. And that is costing him, because his actual needs and desires are not being met through Khanya. Khanya has not brought anything that is making his needs and his desires to be met. How many of us have done this in relationships where we put ourselves on a back burner and abandon ourselves, where our actual needs and desires need to be met, but we're willing to fight for a relationship or a marriage simply because we have the idea of that institution in our mind, and we have a vehicle in our minds. The relationship, it feeds some part of us, but not all of us. We're not used to being fed wholly. We're used to being fed scraps. And see, please, sir, can I have a little bit more? That's where you're at right now. Please, sir, can I have a little bit more? That's where he's at right now. And that's where many people are at with their relationships. And actually, this is why this show kind of really works. Because if you're at this point where you can go to Ultimatum, you're mad anyway. But number two, it's good because it opens your eyes to how much scraps you got. Okay? So that's my thing in this situation. It's looking at it and going, actually, when you really deep it, when you really see it, are you accepting scraps? See, when a man knows, he goes and gets. The Bible says, the Bible says about Jacob. This brother worked 14 years for a gyal. Don't tell me about man don't know what he want, bruv. You understand what I'm saying to you? A man worked 14 years, bro, to get his girl. Let me tell you this now. If you have to get to a place... do you know how many times all of us have been here? It's not personal. All of us have been here before, including myself. Where you're at the end of a relationship or a girl. Let me tell you specifically. I've been on both ends. I've been at the end where a girl has told me, "Listen, you know what? I'm tired of this relationship. I want to be out." And then you perk up and you're like, "What can I do to change? What can I do?" And what happens? You change for a few minutes and you go right back to where you were. Do you know why? Because the mind has not expanded. The mind has not expanded. I listened to a video, and I'm gonna get off here now because I've only got a few minutes. I listened to a video, and it was by Rev Run and his wife, and he said about being in a place where you listen to the whispers of your partner. And I loved it because it is biblical. He didn't even realize, because the Bible says that to Elijah, he said that the Lord came not in the wind, not in the earthquake, not in the fire, but he came as a still small voice. Your partner will come in a still small voice. Hey, I don't like this. And the reality is, do you have ears to hear, to let them say, actually, this needs to change? See, Nkateko has been telling Khanya for a very long time, but it's got to a point now she wants to be married, and now it's a loud scream. The whole point of him not marrying her, the whole point of not putting a ring on her, is showing us that he's now screaming at her. When a man or a woman doesn't want to marry you, you have to ask the question, what have they been telling you? Because they've been telling you something. Right? They've been telling you something. So what have they been telling you? And in that reality, we see that with what we see is that he's been telling her that her behavior is off, and she hasn't listened. She's been consistent with her abuse and her tiki boom boom behavior, and has continued. Right? So I'm going to leave it there. I've got a lot more videos I've got to do in the coming week, up until the reunion, that I want to do. But I wanted to say this also as well, as a passing block, as a real thing. In reality, when it comes down to it, I wasn't impressed with Khanya. I wasn't impressed with Isaac. Can we talk about Isaac? How the hell has your girl never met your family, but Khanya met your family? Are you stupid? Are you nuts? Oh, are you okay? And then you think I'm gonna marry you? You must be nuts. You must be nuts. You must be nuts. You must be nuts. Because what is that? Like, what is that? Yeah? And then Isaac had the cheek to hold her accountable for cheating. But everybody was cheating because you were out here lip-syncing, grabbing ass, and I still don't know if you actually had sex. We don't know. We don't know if he went all the way. We don't know if he went all the way. For me, Isaac was manipulative. Right? His inability to express himself and say what he actually wants and needs, and then gets vexed because you don't interpret his needs. Are you all right? Now, do I think that Ruth took advantage of the situation and said to herself, listen, I'm going to use this as a time to go free? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, you guys decided to go on the show, and you decided to be split up, and you decided to be exes. And you kissed somebody else, and then you try to hold her down as if she was the only one that was moving mad. Like I wasn't here for it. Nola, I told you Nola was a fool. I told you about Nola already. Nola is not a serious candidate. He is going to continue to lie, and he's going to continue to mess around. He's going to continue to play with Lebo. If Lebo goes back to him, she's a fool. And I'll tell you, and I say that in a sense of, he has shown you who he is. Not just through the cheating. You already knew that was his behavior. And then he's done it now to show you. Okay? All right? He's used it to show you. You know what I'm saying to you? So at the end of the day, right? Okay, everybody has to be accountable. I didn't like the fact that Ruth was the only one getting shot. No, Ruth has done what she done and she deserves to get shot. So there's Nola, right? So there's Isaac for doing what he does. Okay, all right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Now my fear is this. My end notes on this. People that are in the listen. Can I be honest with you? And this is my personal opinion. Tabby and Genesis, Lindile, Sizikile. I'm gonna be honest with you. These relationships that are going to marriage, I'm a little bit scared. I'll tell you why I'm a little bit scared. Because the infidelity on both sides was more than just sex. It was emotional. Both of these people fell in love. And after 3 weeks, you lot are going to go and get engaged and get married. No. It's carnage. It's carnage. See, the reality of the situation is I'm not mad at what the show did. The show is very good. I like what it did. What I'm looking at is this. It's an emotional aspect. See, when you connect to somebody emotionally, it's different. Listen, when I got cheated on, right? The cheating part was hard. Don't get it twisted. Thinking about the person physically doing something with someone else was very, very hard in my mind as a man. But the part that really hit is the fact that the person didn't forget the other person. The fact that really hit was that the person was still thinking about the other person. The fact that really hit was the person's heart was still with the other person. Yeah. I tried. No. Listen, I tried. I went through hell for 6 to 7 months. Because the first 2 or 3 months, we had to work out. No, I can tell you, that's what I'm telling you, that I know, right, the difficulty of these situations. Because I've lived it. So I'm telling you that if you're telling me that after 3 weeks, you had all the conversations you needed to have, that you can move forward in a relationship and get married, I feel like you're doing it out of fear. I feel like you're doing it out of fear. Because in what way do we feel that in that relationship that we've recovered well enough? Lindile didn't even want to take the gift back to Tabby, right? Now, I don't think Tabby's gift was a bad gift. I think she wanted to get her own back, right? Because Lindile was cheeky. Leaving his gift on the desk, knowing that old boy's going to come back there and see that, cheeky. Number 2, Genesis got the same gift that our good sis, what's her name, Courtney, got for her man. Did you guys notice that? Genesis got a heart-shaped gift and was the same gift that Courtney got for her man. That told me all I need to know. That probably wasn't Genesis' idea. That probably wasn't Genesis' idea. Yeah? Because the gift was exactly the same as Courtney's. The exact same gift. Okay? Now, so that for me, but Tabby fell in love with Lindile. Tabby fell in love with Lindile. Lindile and Tabby fell in love. So how you going to tell me that after 3 weeks you're going to fall back in love with your girl? Brody, you've done. You need time out. You're going to need a time out. You're going to need some time alone. You're going to need some time to think. You're going to need some time to really consider the decision you're making. I'm not saying it's not plausible. I'm not saying it's not workable, by the way. I'm not saying it's not workable. I'm not saying that Lindile and Tabby, it will never work. No. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying, though, is in the absence, there really needs to be some time just to really think. Right? Then, Sizikile, pretty much fell in love with Nkateko. I should say Nkateko. Sorry, I should even say Nkateko. The N is silent. Yeah, thank you. Nkateko. You know, she fell in love with Nkateko. So, you know, again, there needs time. Okay? All right? Now, I know you're saying Aiden was an MVP. He's not the MVP. The girl just wasn't attractive to him. That's what we call the gods are on your side. The girl wasn't attractive to him. Let's be honest. There was no... Listen, we cannot praise you sticking out temptation when you're not tempted. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? The brother wasn't tempted, not even one bit. Not one bit. There was no girl that was tempting to him like that. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, he's not. He's not, man. He was not tempted at all. But Aiden and Courtney, can I be honest with you? The nigga needs a job. No. Can we see this? Yeah. If this was a black couple, do you know what the first word would come? They're dusty. That would be the first word that comes out. Dusty. That would be the first word that will come out of people's mouth. That Aiden is dusty. He hasn't got a job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Man ain't got a job, bro. You get what I'm saying to you? Yeah? Man ain't got a job, rude boy. So at that point in time, okay, all right, it's all great that he's a voice of reason. That is why he's indecisive. Not just because his dad was telling him he's indecisive. He hasn't got a job. He hasn't got a job. Okay? All right? He hasn't got a job. Dust is not specific to color. I told you. That's why dust is gray. Okay? Dust is not brown skinned. Okay? Dust is not white skinned. Dust is dust. It's gray. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah? So the situation with this is is that he needs a job. A job. Okay, all right. A job. All right. And I need because he said I need to get a job so I can pay my 50%. I said, oh. See, y'all be saying about you be talking about these black men talking about they do 50-50. This brother said I need a job so I can pay 50%. You guys don't know, brother. You guys don't know, brother. You guys you be talking about black men want to do 50-50. They're the same on the other side. The man said he wants to get a job so he can pay 50% of his bills. I don't want to hear anything about black men again. I don't want to ever on this channel hear anything about dust bunnies, about black men this and black men that. There are dust bunnies of all colors. Okay? All right? Dust is settling everywhere. Just dust particles. And the audacity to want to propose. You can't even afford to cheat. You can't even afford to cheat. Okay? You want to know how bad it is? Let me show you how bad it is. My last thing, I got to get off here. My last thing. You want to know how bad it is? Let me show you how bad it is. Okay? Let me show you how bad it really is. Okay? You want to know how bad the dust is? I'm going to show you how bad the dust is. Okay? Y'all don't know how bad the dust is. So I'm going to show you how bad the dust is because I don't know if you caught it. Okay? But hopefully I can get the right clip because there was a point in time where Aiden and her had come back home. When they came back home, okay, hold on. I think he might be here.
I definitely feel guilty
hold
and I
on.
couldn't get you anything because I didn't have any money.
That's a lie.
I don't know if you heard. Did you hear it? I don't want to get copyright. I'll go back 10 seconds so you can play it. Okay, all right. I just want you to hear what he said. Did you hear what he just said? Okay. Did you hear what she just said? Okay, let's just listen again one more time. Okay, listen one more time. Listen very carefully. I'm going to put the subtitles on. Okay, because I took it off because of this.
Gang.
I couldn't get you anything because I didn't have any money.
That's a lie.
He couldn't get anything because he had no money. There's a lot of dust around here, you know what I mean? Sorry, there's a lot of dust around here. Just got to clear the dust particles. There's a lot of dust around here. All right. There goes the dust. There's a lot of dust. So this is what I'm saying to you. Like, this is not just a black thing. You know what I mean? It's not just a black thing. This is a dust bunny epidemic across the board. That's why dust is grey. Dust is not thinking about what color it is. Dust doesn't care where it settles on. Okay? Dust doesn't care where it settles. You know what I'm saying to you? Right? But all jokes aside, he needs a job. Honestly, he needs a job. I'm not here to shoot anybody down when it comes to 50-50. That's up to you. I'm not mad at it. Listen, that's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is the fact that he couldn't even get a gift. He could not even get a gift. The brother couldn't even get a gift. You know what I mean? He could not even get a gift. Let me see if I can, hold on. I want to just show you guys that okay. So this is the love heart situation that was going on, right? The sweets and stuff, yeah? Okay. This is what Courtney's thing is, right? But if you go to Genesis, I want to go to Genesis because he did the exact same thing. And I was like, how are you going to have the same gift for her that you had for her? I was like, so you ain't going to be original? You ain't going to do something different? You know? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Pause. There we go. Same gift. Heart shape. Heart shape. Same gift. You see it? Heart shape. Same gift. Yeah. So, same gift. Okay? All right? Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Time is up. I appreciate you guys. Listen, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. There will be more. I promise I'll do more of this as well for you guys. Now I've completed the show. I'm gonna do separate videos for this stuff, but it's mad. Appreciate you.